Welcome back to the PPRFFMP Season 1, Episode 4, with the one and only most controversial of all directors, Mitchell Judy. Thanks for coming on, Mitch.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Also, Levi's here, but he's on the red team, so.
Inconsequential for this episode. So today is June 20th. We've got some questions for you, Mitch.
First off, when do you think your film will be done this year?
That's a good question. Right now, I am shooting for July 31st at 11:59.
That's an excellent goal.
Get it in.
I have been late every year except year one, so I want to fix it.
That's fair. Mitch, I'm right there with you, though. I've been late. Actually, I don't think I was late this last year. Was I, Levi? No, we were both on time. That's true.
Yeah.
But the second and third year, I was late to both of those. I was way late.
What state is your film in right now, Mitchell?
I think it's Ohio.
I don't. Yes, it is in Ohio. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know right now. I had an idea, threw that idea out for a better idea that I've been working on for a couple months, and I recently threw that idea out just because consequences. So right now I'm writing a little idealet right now.
Okay.
I'm writing a little idealet right now that I texted Sam because Sam was very involved in my previous really awesome, potentially Golden Dewey worthy idea per him. He said that.
Yeah.
He was very, very much involved. I told him, I'm like, I can't get it done. He was really upset, and he's like, so what are you going to do? And I'm like, I have a little idea, and the only thing I can tell you is it's really stupid.
That's what we like to hear.
Hey, that's what Party Room's about. You were the first one to put out a word search containing the title of your film. Does that still stand? Is the title of your film still in that word search somewhere?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't even necessarily have a title for this little idea that I have, but every time I think about the idea, I chuckle about how ridiculous it's going to be.
That's good.
Can you name your film Le Piège 2 Electric Boogaloo?
No, I can't.
Okay, fair enough. I just figured I'd ask. I was curious.
I'll put this in just since you mentioned that, a little teaser. Look out for some 2024 Le Piège content potentially coming
I can't
soon.
wait. I can't wait. So Mitch, how would you describe the blue team experience in contrast to the red team experience?
Well, from what I've gathered, the red team doesn't have a name, so that already makes us superior first.
Yes, absolutely.
And if they do come up with a name, it's not going to be as good as our name is.
Yeah, because nothing could top Bluegio.
That is correct. That is correct.
Listen, we put out a poll of 8 different name ideas, and that's the only one I voted for. I'm like, that's it. That's the one.
They must have all been horrible.
Dude, they were all bangers. Here's the thing too, Levi. If you guys come out with a name at this point, you're just caving into peer pressure because we already had a name. But if you choose to not have a name, then you just keep getting bullied for not having a name.
It's rocking a hard place over here.
But other than having a good name, Sam every week, a little insight into Blue Chat. He types some very inspirational posts, and then he follows that up by just a red team bash. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we have our weekly red team bashing session.
Absolutely.
Mitch, how are you feeling about your category delivery? I think, to be honest, a lot of us are really nervous that your category is delivery, knowing the ways that can be interpreted.
Listen, if there was somebody pregnant in this group, I would be like, hey, I've got this idea. Why don't we immortalize this in Party Room Film Festival and create, create about 10 new rules of stuff not to do.
At least 10 minimum.
Listen, the first thing when I realized I couldn't do my initial idea, which tied into delivery so well, a birth was the first thing that I thought of. But I guess it's just age that has made me, I guess, soft or more wise. I immediately, I'm like, No, I can't do that.
Immediately.
Immediately, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably wisdom, not softness.
Okay, when I say immediately, it came maybe like 5 seconds later when I started looking up birth sound effects, and I'm like,
Birth sound effects. Can you what is that? What is that? What was that sound
Yeah,
like?
for the viewers at home, can you just give us your own rendition of that?
no, go to your refrigerator, stick your hand in the jar of mayonnaise, and just kind of like make a fist a few times. Just make a fist a few times really forcefully, and then just scream. That's about it.
Oh boy.
That's so good. Oh,
I'm announcing my new career as a Foley artist.
Mitchell's gonna have a premium sound effects pack, and that it's gonna be all birth sounds.
Yeah.
My premium. I'm gonna have to make an OnlyFans for my sound effects pack.
Just these sound effects are not safe for work. Well, on that note, if you're guessing, who's winning the Golden Dewey this year?
You know, I thought a lot about this as you guys started asking this question, and I think I've disagreed with every single one.
Oh, good.
Okay. So you like to hear. We've had too many Andrews and Pauls out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are fantastic filmmakers, and I think they very well could win. My pick is Josiah.
Okay.
Okay.
My pick is Josiah.
Like blue team Josiah or red team Josiah?
I would just say Josiah in general because
Okay.
I think every film he's ever made has been criminally underrated. I think consistently through the film festival, his films are my favorites of each year. And I mean, I am biased because I do know his blue team script, but in general, I just think he's going to come out with something just fantastic.
Well, I can tell you his red team script is pretty banger too.
I'm so curious to see what his red team script is going to be.
Whose film would you like to watch more, mine or Levi's?
I am very particular to what the film is. I think I'm going to swing with Trevor.
Dadgummit!
Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what it's going to be. And I'm like, this isn't hate on like Levi's stuff, but Levi's done 2 music videos. And I'm like, I don't know. Would I rather see a Trevor, what's this going to be, or a music video?
Are you saying Levi's washed up?
No.
Is that okay? That's fine. I just want to make sure.
Washed up. I'm saying Levi is great and has mastered what he does. But I want to. I this year I want to see Levi stretch.
Okay. Call me Mr. Fantastic because I'm gonna get flexible.
I think that's Mrs. Incredible.
Yes, it is.
Also Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but she kind of says the like be more flexible thing. I don't know that I ever hear Mr. Fantastic say that.
Yeah, you're right. I wanted a man to say it, not Elastigirl.
Yeah, but I don't think John Krasinski did.
Mitch, what's the most stressful part of the process of creating your party room film?
Scheduling. Sometimes I get a little jealous of all the people who live relatively close to each other in Kentucky because it is really, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's a little easier to get together when you live like 20-ish minutes away, 30-ish minutes away from each other than 3 hours.
Yeah,
from
even like
everybody.
The Louisville people, it's not that far.
I feel like it's easier even to get over there than for some reason to get up here. I mean, between my schedule and just working with everybody else's schedules, I think at least 2 of the years, that's what has plagued me. Case in point, like this year, if I don't win the Golden Dewey, which I have no reassurance that I will, I'm blaming it completely on the fact that I couldn't make things work in my schedule. Because I genuinely loved the idea that I had for this year. And what we're going to get is going to be a train ride.
I love train rides.
I also love train rides. Will we see the film that you were going to film this year, like in a future year?
I would like to, because it's the first film that I've had completely fleshed out and written out this far in advance.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I haven't actually given up on an idea because it was so good, but it was also, I'm like it's done. Like all I need is to make things fit into place and fall together, and it's ready to go.
Wow, man, sounds like a travesty that we're not going to get to see this masterpiece. Truly.
But I do think that people are going to like what they get.
Would you vote for Trevor for council?
Yes.
There we go. And I'm collecting my votes one at a time.
Who do you think the mystery judge is going to be this year?
I have no earthly idea. I was really shocked that they were able to get Quinn there year 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was less shocked they were able to get Lucas last year. I just feel like this year, kind of with it being like year 5, they got to go big.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be thrilled if Andrew could somehow get Don Mink there.
That would be crazy.
The Don himself.
And he would watch all these films. He's like, how'd you guys graduate? No, just genuinely, I do think what realistically everybody is saying it's going to be a student. I think it'll be a student. I mean, this is maybe a stretch, but I think you could see Coop.
Coop would be an interesting one.
Going from the
Coop.
indie film festival circuit to party room.
Yeah,
I want the real film festival
just to see his just complete genuine reaction to going from that world to this world.
The live reaction videos this year will include a Coop cam.
Speaking of Coop, when you were talking about the delivery, do you remember the Coop's infamous shot that made it into Highbridge?
I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, it was the VAG POV, and it was Jake Terrio delivering that baby in like the back of a Subaru or something like that.
I do remember that. Yes, I do.
It was initially from what I heard, they said they wanted it, and they asked him if he would take that shot out. And then he said, "No, you can't have it if you don't get this shot."
And then they put it in?
And then they got it in, from my understanding. Yeah, that it still went through. Yeah.
That's how you lobby. That's how you lobby and you get what you want. That process right there is how everybody's gonna get late PH2. I'm gonna have to lobby. I'm gonna have to lobby for my creative license. Well, I will say I have written 3 different script ideas for that film, all completely different and all completely rejected by me after I read them back.
Okay.
This is interesting because that means that based on what you're saying, your script this year was not the sequel for Le Peach. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
Yeah, that is 100% true.
Aaron in the last podcast was 100% sure that like it was retoured to Peach.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't look up like internet rumors. You don't follow those rabbit holes.
You don't read too many Screen Rant, articles. How much money do you plan on investing in your film this year?
Well, I may have been pricing some stuff out today. I don't know if I want to throw a number out because
I want you to throw a number out.
If I went crazy with it, I could easily say the final scene itself would cost $700.
Oh man!
I'm not going that big.
Okay.
Wow. When people see it, they'll understand, I think, why that last scene could be like that.
Uh-huh. I'm here for it.
I think realistically, I'm going to squeak out with a comparable bargain Batman budget.
Okay.
For something completely stupid.
Hey, there's no judgment here.
None whatsoever.
I'll say this: the tease that I can give about this really bad idea that I have, could cost a lot of money. The only tease that I can say is it is very relevant to the current cultural zeitgeist in a way.
Taylor Swift.
It is a very timely idea.
Okay.
In a certain way.
It's gonna be at the Olympics.
In a certain way.
Ooh, Olympics.
He's gonna get Caitlin Clark to do an interview.
I have a fantasy of after people watch the film, they're not necessarily going to be talking about it afterwards, but there's a certain response to this film that I'm hoping continues for a couple months.
Are we going to be throwing up? Is that the response that you want?
No, because I'm not going to be using my sound collection.
Okay, okay, good. Glad we're keeping the Mitch sounds.
No mayo jars. What activity besides watching the films do you want to suggest for this year's weekend celebration?
Well, Aaron mentioned fireworks, which is something that I have talked to Zach and his parents about.
Okay.
I usually do fireworks for 4th of July. I was coordinating with them. I'm like, hey, if we could, would you guys be open to this? And as far as I know, Zach's dad is okay with us doing it, but we need to wait and see if we're in the middle of another heat wave and it's too dry out there when festival time comes around.
Yeah, for sure.
But aside from that, everybody's been saying like trading card stuff, but I'm like, there's no official like rule book or game for the trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for the unveiling of the.
You haven't seen the combos yet.
I have not. No, I know the cards that I have, and I don't know if I can think of a combo right offhand with these cards.
I'll post some combo tutorials in the YouTube video section. Okay. Yeah. Mitch, at this point, I think we want to hear a message to the blue team and a message to the red team, and then we will wrap this bad boy up.
Message to the blue team. Our name's always going to be better, no matter if they come up with a name or not.
Y'all say.
We're going to sweep all the film categories. We're going to beat everybody. And message to the red team, it's okay if you cry. We won't judge you for that.
That's true.
And, I mean, just lather up your butt and get ready to get kicked.
Lather up your butt
for getting kicked. A good butt kicking lather.
I can't think of a single time in my life when I thought, dang, I should have lathered my butt.
Fair enough. Well, you're about to experience it first, right?
But yeah, now I've been warned and get a good old bluegio butt lathering.
Well, no, we do the kicking. You do the lathering.
I'm not doing the lathering.
That's unfortunate for your butt then. Well, thank you so much, Mitch, for joining us on this PPRFFMP episode 4. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Absolutely.
And we're just excited to get things rolling here at the party room this year.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
All right, and I'm just hanging out.
Hanging out with my fam. Nobody else wants to say it with me? Hanging out with my family.
Mitch, do you want to?
Perfect.
Mitch did a little snap into the mic. Until next time.
Peace.